अश्रद्धया हुतं दत्तं तपस्तप्तं कृतं च यत् असदित्युच्यते पार्थ न च तत्प्रीत्यनो इह.
This is a fitting conclusion for a wonderful chapter which deals with very important concepts. So he's saying here, whatever that which is sacrificed, given or performed, and whatever penance is practiced without Shraddha, faith, is called Asat or Partha. It is not here and hereafter. So you might perform yajna, tapa, dana half-heartedly. You might perform it because someone else has said it. So you're performing it based on someone else's conviction, not your own. You do it because your guru tells you to do it. You have no conviction in it. No use. You must do it because you have the conviction, you are convinced that this is the only way to live life. Minus yajna, tapa, dana, life becomes meaningless. It's not worth living if you're not performing yajna, tapa and dana. And yet all of humanity is living life without so much as even a concept of yajna, tapa or dana. So asat is yajna, tapa, dana performed without shraddha. It is called asat o partha. And what will it give you? Even though you're putting in effort, even though you're acting, you're using up your energies, your time, etc., there is no result to you. Elsewhere he says, you will not get siddhi, you will not get sukham, you will not get param gatim. Then why are you doing what you're doing? Siddhi means success. You're performing all these activities, yajna, tapa, dana, there will be no success forthcoming externally. Internally, you will still be as discontent, as unhappy as you were before. And there is no spiritual progress. So why would you do anything like this? The problem is we don't think. We don't think, what is it that I'm doing? How am I doing it? Our focus is on the action. Our focus is not on the attitude. Nobody looks at the attitude. And why is it on the action? Because our focus is on impressing people. What do people think of me drives us to activity. What difference does it make what they think of you? They may think you're the worst specimen of humanity. Most of the greatest people in the world were never recognized in their lifetime. So what difference does it make? After all, we've entered the world alone. We're going to leave the world alone. We are not going saha parivar, saha kutumba anywhere. So don't worry about what people think. Worry about what you are, because that is what matters. And once you're dedicated to yourself, whatever you do, you'll do with Shraddha, because that is your ambassador. Your actions are your ambassador. They speak volumes for you. Thereafter, you don't need to speak because your actions speak louder. And as we saw earlier, they will have an impact. The world is waiting for merit. The world is waiting for people to contribute with their heart and soul. And this heart and soul, every one of us has. Yes, we may not have a high IQ. Yes, we may not be able to sing like Bhimsen Joshi. Yes, we may not be able to play cricket or tennis like Sachin Tendulkar or what's his name, Roger Federer. But whatever it is that we do, we can do with Shraddha. Shraddha is well within the reach of every one of us. And the humblest of actions performed with Shraddha get you the highest perfection. Shabari had nothing to offer the Lord except wild berries. But those wild berries she offered with Shraddha, and that got her liberation. And so can we all. It doesn't depend on whether you get a Nobel Prize or not. It doesn't depend on whether you become a celebrity or not. What matters is, do you do whatever it is that you're doing with Shraddha? So at the end of it, he starts by, this chapter begins by Arjuna asking the question, What if a person follows spiritual practices without the scriptural mandate? That Shraddha, what category does it belong to? And Krishna gives a wonderful exposition on the three types of Shraddha, sattvik, rajasik and tamasik. And then he gives a bonus, what Arjuna hasn't asked for. Sattvik, rajasik, tamasik, yajna, tapa, dana. And then he goes into this last portion, which is a magnificent portion. Om Tat Sat. And what is Asat? That is also important. With this, we come to the end of this chapter.